loved being there. Didn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
The biggest gratification was the box that we were sitting in, looking down on the audience, of course, looking at the screen, and watching how everyone was so mesmerized, watching the screen and looking at the generations. We have younger generations now coming in, watching Elvis and really getting a feel and an understanding of why he was who he was. And I thought that was pretty amazing.
I thank the older fans for bringing in the younger fans. It's almost a thing that's handed down now from generation to generation.
We need to do that. We need to do that to carry its legacy on, that's for sure.
Now, last night was amazing, but you guys have talked about it a little bit on national media that I've seen, but this year was a special year for Candlelight Vigil for both of you, too. What led to your decision this year to make it to Candlelight, Lisa?
We normally have watched it from afar and admired it, usually from the house over the years, but it just felt really important to me. I just felt like, being connected and being there, and it was a last-minute decision, but I just thought, okay, I really just wanted to be there. It was time. I
think what she said is the most telling. It was time. That made it special. Yeah. Yesterday at the event, at the reception prior to the concert, fans were able to ask you some questions, and I know there's so many questions that everybody has, but I think one of the most interesting things for Elvis fans, we've been talking this week about how, to us, Elvis is Elvis, and he's this guy we see, and he's the records that we play. Last night I was sitting behind Jerry Schilling, and there were moments that we were standing, and Jerry was just looking around, and it's personal to you guys, and I think we forget that sometimes. So how you deal with that has shown, it's been storm and grace. It's been highs and lows of your feelings. What's different about this year, do you think? Are you amazed that we're here 35 years later? And not only that, thank you for this. Right on property, right across the street from the mansion. With you when you saw Lisa for the first time last night, you said, "You stole my hair."
She did. She's been giving me hell because I had the big hair for the last 2 days.
Yeah, but it's kind of timeless,
She inspired me.
Exactly.
She inspired me.
So I would really call you the ultimate Priscilla Presley impersonator, really. Pretty interesting. Your producer, I wrote this quote down because I wanted to get it correctly. Your producer, T-Bone Burnett, had a great phrase about you as we talk about you as a songwriter. He called your daughter a Southern American folk music artist. So he said artist. What is there different, do you think, about, and I think maybe you hit on it a little bit, that you consider yourself a writer that just sings, but expectations, I know, from an artist. You do what the heart as an artist tells you to do. How difficult has it been for you to do what you want to do, what you want to say, and the expectations of us, the Elvis fans? Not music fans, because I'm sure you find new fans who aren't Elvis fans, but how tough is it for you to deal with expectations? And think of your answer, because expectations of Elvis fans is what I want to come back to you with, too. So, Lisa.
If I can remember the question.
I'll repeat it. Don't worry.
I'm having a hard time with the question. It's so the expectations on me?
Yeah. Do you feel any additional pressure because Elvis fans might be expecting one kind of music? You've been very careful about the kind of music that you've done, and I wanted to know if that's a decision to stay away from the Elvis kind of songs, or because the music that you're doing is the music that you want to do.
I think I've always just kind of done the music I wanted to do during the process of my writing and putting out albums. I think there's expectations from everyone, and all I can do is do what I do, and hope that people like it. I really, otherwise, thank you. If I thought about that, I don't think I could actually do it. You know,
Yeah.
if I really thought about that seriously, I'd just think, okay, all I can do is what I do, which is write, and then sing the songs that I write, and that's all I can do, because I can't, you know. But I understand there is a lot,
Yeah.
but I just can't think about that.
Yeah.
I think you hit on it earlier when we were talking about the shoes that a celebrity's child has to fit into. It's difficult because you want to veer off and you want to do what your passion is, what you feel, what you're gravitated to. Like Lisa was saying, you know, she loves writing, and that's her love. She's always been an incredible writer, even with poems. But when you have someone as famous as her dad, of course, and he's passed away, you want to have those shoes. You want that child to maybe inspire you to be the same. And this is where she's always been great, because she's never compromised who she is. You know, she's gotten heavy-headed hits on this. And it's been difficult, you know, for her to, not difficult because she knows what she wants, and she's accepted that there are people that, you know, are going to like it or they're not going to like it. This is who she is. So I admire her for that, because most kids fall on that, and they tend to, you know, like even maybe she would be expected to sing, you know, with her dad when she first started it. You know, sing along and be like your dad, or sing with your dad, do duets with your dad. And she said, no, you know, I'm going to be who I am first, because if I do that, then people are going to expect that all the time. It was very smart. She wanted to prove herself first. And I admire her. I mean, I truly do, because I know how tough it is. And she's had the hits, and she's still going. And I really have to say that we all appreciate it.
You put together last night. And so unexpected to see your family. We could be talking about Riley, your daughter, who's carrying on the family tradition of acting from her grandparents. Talk to me a little bit about last night's video. What inspired you to put that together, and how did you do it?
Well, I really wanted to do something for the fans that I thought would be special and different. Didn't want to focus on me, or on me doing a duet, or on me singing, or I wanted to focus on something. I kind of wanted to keep it at something inspiring, like the fact that his spirit lives through all of us still, very much so, actually. T-Bone actually picked the song, and it was just such a sweet song, and so not such a regular song that you hear.
Yeah.
It was kind of an obscure one. So when I heard it, and then when we did it, it inspired me to just really do something intimate and personal, and his spirit really does live, and it's very alive and well in all of his grandchildren, I have to say. Capture that, and I really, I always want to do something for the fans, a tribute and something special. So that was very different, and so I was kind of focusing on that with the video.
That was a nice gift to all of us. Yeah.
Just before when we were doing our interview for the Today Show, and we were in the kitchen at Graceland, and she goes, "Mommy, just..."
Like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I said, no.
We did the whole thing in a week. I mean, less than a week. We recorded it, then quick, do edit, quick. It always that way. The last week before, and then they don't know what I'm going to show up with when I get here. And then, the guy who produces the show last night, he has to just kind of wait till whatever arrives.
There was literally a hole in the rundown, Lisa Marie, and it was like a thing.
She just blocks out a section for me to do something, every 5 years. So we just turned this in. It literally got done the day before editing and thrown in the mix, but she just saw it that day.
So I saw it that night. We were just getting ready to do the Today Show and sit down for it, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, it was just so. I get a little teary-eyed, but So obviously you saw the effect was that a little bit more, and I had to run in the bathroom quickly because my mascara was running. I was getting ready to do the Today Show, but it was touching, it was beautiful, and to see her, the family, and just the good times, the the girls there, they were dancing and they're hugging each other. It was like, oh my God, it's so personal. And to share that was just, it was nice to see. It was really beautiful. I loved it, obviously.
I'm sure your mom gave you advice when you wanted to, I keep saying go into the family business because it makes it sound normal, in a way. What advice have you given your kids about the business? I mean, like I said, Riley, your daughter's, she's, out there in movies, and I mean, she's a very successful young actress. What advice have you given your kids? And I'm only assuming that, they're ready, they're standing at the door waiting for them, their opportunity to get out and be artistic. What advice have you given them?
Really, I just want them to be really good at it, whatever they're going to do, and take it very seriously, and don't, be very professional and do it right, and get really behind it, and, just do it well, because there's going to be a lot up against them, and, that's all I can say.
Yeah. Do you see anything in your other kids that like germs of something that they might be doing in the future? Do you have any artists, singers, writers in the family?
I think Riley's definitely doing incredible work as an actress, and Ben loves music. He's going back and forth between the bass and the guitar right now, sort of honing in on what it is he wants to do. Definitely music, I think, with him. And the little ones are, I don't know. Finley definitely has. She's going to sing, or there's going to be that child loves music like I've never seen. So, she dances, she listens, it really affects her music. And I see her, in a singer way, I can tell. Harper's probably going to be a little actress. She also loves music, but if she sees a movie, she'll go and act it out play by play, right after the movie. So she'll do it scene by scene, line by line, exactly like she saw. So it's they're definitely artistic. So it's all, I see it all happening.
Yeah. You were that age once, and when you were that age, you were growing up in the middle of all this. Your young ones, have they gotten the association yet that guy's family?
Yes, they know. They're very, very, very proud. That's my grandfather. I want to see my grandfather. I've never seen it. She's so proud. They have such a sense of pride. It's really cute. So last night they were there, watching, and they just get, she just gets mesmerized by him. And she was actually imitating him the other night, watching him on video. So it was really cute.
Just like you were doing, standing by that record player all those years ago, and which kind of brings it full circle. We've all been looking forward to your guys' appearance here, and just knowing you're in town, I think, makes it different for us.